Okay, so when I last left you, the pot was right here. And just to give you guys a feel, here in New York City, I got 600 square feet. Back out a little bit. This is my little bar slash table slash computer desk slash everything. TV's right there. Yeah, the apartment's a little messy. Living room, alright. You can see we're not dealing with a lot of square footage. Alright. Refrigerator, and boom, right behind me is my sink and my stove. Alright. That's what you're working with here in New York City. I won't even tell you how much our rent is either. You'd probably have a heart attack. Anyway, got the pot here, and you see we've got the spigot mounted. Take a look inside the pot. That 90-degree elbow that I was talking about now, I've got that hooked up. And to give you an example, when you're going through the boil phase and you've finished your boil and then you need to cool it down, what people are going to do, or what you want to do, is you're going to take and stir and create a sort of whirlpool effect. And that whirlpool effect is going to make all the hops settle down to the middle of the pot, hopefully, most of them anyway. And now, since I've got that little 90-degree elbow turned off to the side a little bit, it's going to take the beer from the side and hopefully not suck up the hops. And it's not a big deal. You can kind of get them out later as you're going through the bottling process. You can use a strainer at that point. But it's just, you know, anything to make it easier is a help. So I've actually heated this water up because I did want to test and make sure that my O-ring was good. And taking a look here, and we have no leaks. I thought I saw a little leak, but that's actually, I think, just some residual from when I was draining it out. So I'm going to shut the heat off now. I've heated this up pretty good. And you can see, just a flick of the valve and ta-da, we've got water draining out. Now, what I would show you, I've probably got a little too much water in here to really illustrate it, but you know, you get to the point where if I tilt this backwards, okay, so now the water's not going to come out because it's tilting backwards, and you know, it's that little thing called gravity. But if we hook up a piece of tubing, and let me just run this down. So now we've got gravity going, and just to kind of show you, the other great thing is now if I tilt this backwards, it doesn't matter because ultimately I've got this tilted way up. And ultimately where the water coming from to where it's going, it's still moving downhill. Because we've got this tubing hooked up, you've created a siphon. So by having that elbow in there on the very bottom of the pot, as long as I've got this thing hooked up to a piece of tubing, I'm pretty much going to be able to drain this pot all the way down to the bottom. So I'm not going to have to tilt it to get the last little bit out, or dump the last little bit out. I should be able to get this sucker to drain all the way down. So it's pretty cool little setup.